What's up with Trump thinking he can fix the wildfires with an executive order? He went out to California and signed an executive order saying that it would open all the pumps and valves in the north, which would then help put out the fires. Conservatives are praising him for this common-sense approach, and liberals are saying this does literally nothing and is just a publicity stunt. What pumps and valves is he talking about? Why were they shut before? Does opening actually fix the wildfires, and why? Answer: it's very much not what it seems like. Water is not as much of an issue to fight the fire as people think it is. There are much larger things that need to happen, including manpower and equipment that won't simply magically happen with the signing of a bill. However, even if the water was moved and routed, it's not something as simple as just turn a valve. It would take a lot of built infrastructure, etc. By the time they manage to have the infrastructure to move enough of the water over there to make a significant contribution to the firefighting, it would be unlikely that the fire is still going at all. Side note, as Coffeefox pointed out, water is still very important, but when fires get very large, or in high wind conditions where you can't use the additional help of plane bombers, it puts extra strain on the system with so many people using it at once, which can reduce water pressure and can interfere with firefighting. It's not a we don't have enough water issue, it's a the infrastructure cannot support such high usage continuously. The president mandated that water from Northern California's Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta, one of the state's main water sources, be redirected south to help fight the fires. This water is kept there in efforts to help conservation, as it's the home of a heavily endangered kind of fish that used to be natural to California's ecosystem, but due to changing climate has had a lot of issues, along with a variety of other reasons. As it turns out, water systems and holdings are not as easy as just move it where you want. After reading u/Doc Fossil other users' comments, and a bit more research, I have come to find out that the endangered fish, while it exists, has mostly been a conservative talking point, dumbing down all of the reasons why they don't use more of the water for farming down to, oh my god, it's the liberals and their ridiculous putting of environmental protection in front of taking care of the American people. Back in 2016, Trump made a campaign promise where he would get California to move water from the exact same place down south in order to feed farms. California refused this. In 2020, he tried again with a federal mandate, which California fought in court against. Now he is once again trying to move the water to the south. It's possible he'll try to get them to move it to the south, so that way he can then change up the plans, try to get them to use it for farms, fulfilling an old campaign promise. It's also possible he does not really care that much about the farms, and instead is doing this as a jab at them since they never went through with his plans. And also he can brag to his followers that he has solved the issue, on when California inevitably says we're not going to do that. It gives him more ammo to attack one of the states that has a very strong history of being his opposing political party. You can more generally see this trend of a lot of people within the Republican Party going after California because it is a blue state. Following all of the media attention, right-sided news sites ran about California cutting their fire budget, when in fact they spent more on it this year than they have any other. It's just that those funds were taken out of temporary extra grants to specific programs, and were applied in other places.